Noah Rothman over at Hot Air writes that few politicians had a better week than Senator Rand Paul when he announced his intention to run for president. Perhaps Rand Paul's greatest rollout accomplishment was to force reporters and the press to take a critical look at the polling data regarding abortion politics. He was asked a typical gotcha question about abortion, about restrictions on abortion procedures. He turned it around, and he asked reporters, why don't you ask Democrats? Why don't you ask specifically the Democrat National Committee Chair, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, if her party favors no restrictions at all? And surprisingly, some did exactly as Senator Paul suggested. Debbie Wasserman Schultz issued a tersely worded statement. She said, I support letting women and their doctors make this decision without government getting involved, period, end of story. So, Debbie Wasserman Schultz does not oppose the ghastly procedure known as late-term abortions. She does not feel, I guess, that Kermit Gosnell, remember him? My friend Phelan McAleer is putting together a play called Verbatim Theater in Los Angeles, which recounts, a movie rather. I got the two mixed up. I'm sorry. My mind is racing here on this topic. Phelan McAleer has put together a movie along with Ann McElhenney about Gosnell, the abortion doctor. Now, do you know his story? This guy's spending the rest of his miserable life behind bars. You know why? Because he was an abortion doctor who performed late-term abortions, hurt women, killed people. He was described by one investigator as one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. He was a doctor. He had babies' feet in jars. He had cut, I'm sorry, but this is important, and I know this is horrifying. He had the jars filled with feet of babies that were cut out of the mother's womb and destroyed. Now, Debbie Wasserman Schultz's position is to defend Dr. Kermit Gosnell, because her answer is, I support letting women and their doctors make this decision without government getting involved. So, Debbie Wasserman Schultz would oppose the conviction and incarceration of Kermit Gosnell. Government shouldn't be involved. Those were decisions made between a doctor and his patients. And last night on Megyn Kelly's show on Fox News, they mixed it up over what role the government should play when it comes to the matter of life. Here's cut number 10, courtesy of Fox News Channel.
Where do the Democrats stand on,
We've been very clear.
There's no
ambivalence here. We're very clear. We believe that decision is best left not to government, but between a woman and her doctor. So there isn't, I can't tell you a specific date and time past which we in all cases are certain that choice shouldn't be made, because that decision is very unique and individual to the woman and should be in consultation with her conscience and her God and her doctor. That is a decision left to her. Mm-hmm. Now, there's an overlay of restrictions that the Supreme Court has imposed through Roe versus Wade and subsequent decisions, and states have gone and implemented their own laws to put those restrictions in place. Okay. That's how the law. Now, I don't agree with all of those restrictions, but the law should be followed.
Kermit Gosnell is a 74-year-old former physician who's currently spending life in prison without the possibility of parole. He was convicted of murdering 3 infants who were born alive during attempted abortion procedures. He ran the Women's Medical Society abortion clinic in Philadelphia. He and various co-defendant employees were charged with 8 counts of murder, 24 felony counts of performing illegal abortions beyond the state of Pennsylvania's 24-week time limit, and 227 misdemeanor counts of violating the 24-hour informed consent law. Now, Debbie Wasserman Schultz was very clear. She supports letting women and their doctors make this decision without government getting involved. Do you understand the hypocrisy of that? Some reporter has to ask Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and we'll reach out to her. Are you opposed to the conviction of Dr. Kermit Gosnell?